Welcome everyone to my reactions and thoughts about Nintendo's press conference, but they not exactly I don't want to call it a press conference, but what they actually did was they actually had an early stream early in the day, early in the morning, where it was kind of scheduled 10 a.m. Eastern time and 7 Pacific on like a live stream for a Nintendo website, the official site for Nintendo. It was like a 40 minutes stream. And later on, right after that, they had an actual like 1 hour Nintendo Power Hour, I guess they called it, but it wasn't actually a press conference as I was kind of thinking it was going to be, probably like a Nintendo press conference, I guess. But it ended up being like a stream and just like a 1 hour interview with like Reggie and the developers, pretty much the head people, the head persons of Nintendo, Reggie and Miyamoto, which was pretty much the Nintendo Power Hour interview with those guys. So what I'm gonna actually kind of talk about is just all the games that they kind of showed and announced for the 3DS and the Wii U, and also what happened like during the interview for the Nintendo Power Hour. So let's kind of get right into it. So from from what I actually watched from the live stream from Nintendo's direct feed was they started off with Pokemon X and Y, and from the looks of it, they actually kind of show a gameplay from the newest Pokemon X and Y that's going to be coming out later this fall in October. They kind of showed and kind of announced that there's going to be a new type of Pokemon called Fairy types, and also it's going to be some different abilities and maybe some little unique features added to the game. From what I actually saw and actually what I can actually remember from the top of my head was Pokemon Ami, where you can actually bond with your Pokemon. Where they actually had Pikachu on the bottom of the 3DS screen and showing you actually bonding with the Pokemon and being good friends with them, just pretty much being befriending your Pokemon and just kind of gaining that kind of trust with your own individual Pokemon of whatever you choose to actually as your Pokemon to actually party up with and kind of capture during the game. So next up, I'm just gonna actually kind of go through the list of games they actually showed. Um, Next they kind of showed was Super Mario 3D World, and I think these were actually the 3DS titles from what I've seen, because some of those they kind of had like a little mini trailer and kind of mini gameplay of the games that they kind of showed for the 3DS titles on the live stream. So they showed Super Mario 3D World, which is the newest Mario game. I thought that was going to be the 3DS game, but it was actually a Wii U game from what I saw. I thought it was actually for the 3DS, but anyway, continue for the 3DS titles. They had Deus Ex Human Revolution for the director's cut, Disney Infinity, Just Dance 2014, Scribblenauts Unmasked, a DC Comics adventure, and then Sonic Lost World, and then they also announced Mario Kart 8, which is going to be coming out in spring 2014. But I thought those were actually kind of, some of them may be 3DS titles, I'm not really sure. But from what they showed, going back to Lost World, Sonic's Lost World, they actually kind of showed gameplay of that later for that, during the Nintendo Power Hour. But I'll get to that later. Once I jump into the Wii U titles and everything that kind of went on during the interview with Reggie and Miyamoto. And then for the Nintendo's eShop releases that are actually going to be coming out is Coaster Crazy Deluxe. I actually couldn't get all these down because they were kind of going through the several games. It was like so many games that they were actually going through at a time. I couldn't actually write down all of them and kind of keep track of all of the ones that they actually kind of showed and announced for eShop releases, but I got a couple of them here. So Coaster Crazy Deluxe, DuckTales Remastered, Mutant Mudds, Shovel Knight, and A World of Keflings. That'll actually be coming out for the eShop releases from what I saw. But I know there's many more other titles, but I couldn't kind of keep up with the ones they were kind of going through too fast. So during the stream, they actually kind of kicked off and kind of switched to the Wii U announcements for the releases that most people are actually probably well aware of and kind of actually saw coming. So they showed Zelda Wind Waker, the HD remake, and I kind of already played that, so that wasn't really big news to me because it already came out for the original GameCube, so that wasn't really a surprise to me. Wonderful 101, the newly announced, I guess this was their quote-unquote surprise for the newest Wii U title, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, which is definitely I'm a big fan of Donkey Kong, so he's also one of my favorite Nintendo characters, but I'm definitely going to get that game. Bayonetta 2, they showed some gameplay of that, and a little bit of the trailers, the little intro trailer here and there, and then it was actual gameplay. They actually had footage from the actual gameplay itself with hands-on experience and stuff. They also announced a new Xenoblade. I guess it's the new Xenoblade, but all I seen on the screen was like a big red X on the screen. So I guess he kind of said something about Xenoblade, so it kind of made me think maybe it's another Xenoblade Chronicles game. But from the looks of it, it kind of looked like a much more open world and more stuff that you can actually do in the game. And then last but not least, to actually end the little stream, the 40-minute stream, or maybe it was like 39 minutes, or 38 to 40 minutes at the most of this live stream that I watched early this morning. But last but not least, they actually showed the new Super Smash Bros. With 2 new characters revealed. Mega Man is actually going to be in it, and then Villager from Animal Crossing. I think that's what the game was, what it was from that character, Villager. I thought it was actually, when I was actually seeing the first trailer when they actually showed it, I thought it was like a new Animal Crossing coming for the Wii U. But once they showed like the different kind of, like the different cross platforms of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Metroid, and then Mario Bros. And Super Mario World, and all those other games as well. I knew it was kind of Super Smash Bros. Once they showed all, and Kirby also. They showed all those different kind of split screen cross platforms and the kind of the different worlds. And I kind of knew that was going to be Super Smash Bros. But I was very surprised. I didn't actually think they actually were going to actually come out with a new Super Smash Bros. Until like 2 years from now or something. And I thought they would probably just kind of stop coming out with it and just kind of making it, just kind of put the series down for now. Ever since the newest one, Super Smash Bros. Brought from the oldest console, the Wii, the original Nintendo Wii. So that was pretty much it for the stream. So next thing I'm going to actually talk about is the Nintendo Power Hour, which was, I thought it was actually going to be like a conference, a press conference at the live in LA, but it wasn't actually like a conference on stage with everybody seated and everything, you know, with the different announcements and like just like the original conferences that they kind of showed at the E3 live event. But it wasn't actually a conference, and I was kind of disappointed about that. But it was kind of still pretty decent in my opinion. It was okay. It wasn't nothing too special besides the Super Smash Bros. Release, or pretty much the announcement for that game. So basically what happened during the Nintendo Power Hour, they kind of announced, they kind of interviewed Reggie first. So some of the games that they actually kind of announced were Super Luigi, and after that they kind of showed Sonic Lost World, which was pretty much a live demo of how the game was played. And it kind of reminded me of Super Mario Galaxy a little bit. But just like with Sonic World, pretty much a Sonic universe with Super Mario Galaxy features to it. And just kind of that look to it when you actually pick up a controller and you pop in your Super Mario Galaxy game, if you guys ever played it. And if anybody out there has ever played the game before, that's the first game that you would actually kind of think of when you first get a first glimpse at Sonic Lost World for the Wii U. So they showed a live demo for it and gameplay and just the experience for it. The next thing they kind of showed was they showed more of the new Zelda the Zelda Wind Waker HD remake, and then they kind of cut to like a newer title, which was actually a new Zelda title called The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Two Worlds for the 3DS. It's not a Wii U game. I thought it was going to actually be for the Wii U, but once I saw it was kind of on the handheld system, I knew it was for like the 3DS, but it still looked pretty good too, and it's a good thing they're actually coming out with a new Zelda, but I'm surprised they actually did not make one for the Wii U itself. So next up was the new Super Mario 3D World, and they actually did co-op with the interviewer Jeff Miyamoto, and then those 2 other guys that I guess they were the actual developers of the game itself, and they kind of played like a demo, a live four-player co-op of the game itself, just going through the stage and everything. So that was pretty cool. But I guess like from the game itself, I guess the Tanuki suit is going to be like a major factor from the game, from what I watched from the Nintendo Power Hour from just recently, actually watching the conclusion of it. So I guess that's going to be like a major factor in the game and pretty fun. And I actually like the Tanuki suit from the other recent Mario games from playing in back in 3D Land for the 3DS system. So I guess that was pretty much it. And then it kind of showed more Pikmin 3, a little bit of footage from that and a little bit of the gameplay. But that was pretty much it for what happened for this little conference and this whole little spotlight of Nintendo, but I was kind of expecting a little bit more. And I think their biggest kind of killer app right now and their biggest announcement today was probably just the new Super Smash Bros. Obviously, and I'm a big fan of Super Smash Bros. The series as well, but I wanted to kind of see a little bit more gameplay once they kind of showed it. They showed like the trailer and then two new characters, Mega Man and Villager from Animal Crossing. So I think that was just their biggest announcement ever. But pretty much for the whole conference itself and the representation for Nintendo. But I don't think that was pretty much. It wasn't really any kind of big wows and everything like that. It was kind of even. Most of those titles are kind of predicted. You know, you get your original Mario game, and then it's surprising that they're actually kind of not using those other characters that they could actually make of use, like Waluigi for Wario, or maybe Wario or something. Because when I think of Wario, I think of like Wario World. They can actually make a Wario World 2 for Wii U. I was thinking that. I would like to see that as one of my wish lists for the Wii U or something, because I have yet to pick one up. But after seeing the games announced today, it kind of made me convinced to actually get a Wii U. But I'll probably get one probably after I get a PS4 or something, because I'm definitely actually leaning towards the PS4 instead out of all the between the two consoles that I actually announced at this year's E3 and everything, and showed off with all the features. So, like, also I want to say before I kind of end this video is that what I actually kind of noticed during the interview is that guy Jeff was I feel like he was kind of pressuring Reggie a little bit, and maybe he was kind of being rude to him, but I think he was kind of doing his job pretty well and actually kind of asking him questions, really like not so easy questions, and just kind of getting under his skin and maybe try to kind of get him to leak out some new information and see, like, get him to say some new stuff that he probably didn't want to announce, or maybe just kind of make him kind of come out with like just some new news and new gaming updates and everything. And also not to mention just that 45-minute, I guess it was like a 30 or 25-minute wait for like a big surprise. And then I guess the newest announcement that I actually have here listed was that the big surprise was just the Wii Fit trainer will be like a new character for the new Super Smash Bros. So I was kind of like, I was thinking it was going to be like a bombshell, maybe just something, a big wow, maybe another killer app, or maybe just like a new Zelda, maybe a new Metroid or something like that. But I guess they're just not they're not going to use their other characters and kind of use them, make them of any use, and make them kind of new games or maybe new franchises or maybe some new titles just to see what's new for the Wii U, and make it actually more of a make it more convincing, or maybe convince most of those gamers out there that, hey, look, the Wii's out and there's more titles for it. Now you can actually get one with more games that's coming out with it. But that's pretty much all my thoughts and reactions about it. Overall, I actually liked it. Was okay, but it wasn't just kind of a big wowzer, or just kind of making me kind of jump up and down up in my seat and just kind of just being celebratory. But it was just kind of like, yeah, it's okay, I'm glad. But the only thing that was actually kind of surprised me was just the new Super Smash Bros. That was actually announced. So that was pretty much it. But I don't know what you guys thought about the conference. Well, not the conference, but just the live stream for the Nintendo Direct feed, and maybe the conference itself, and just the Nintendo Power Hour. So just feel free to comment on what you thought about the conference, and maybe some games that you would like to see. So thanks for watching, guys.